What I would like to talk about right now is a little film that I feel is sort of little known to most people. Technically, it is a documentary. Um, 2016, Hillary's America by Dinesh D'Souza. Yes, I am going there. Now, this movie it's fascinating, and it's extremely flawed, based primarily on the fact that a lot of the acting is really kind of dumb, including Dinesh D'Souza himself. He's obviously not an actor, he's a political speaker. So while I wouldn't hold that terribly against him, he did play this movie up a lot. There's a lot of like theatrics and like over dramatizations that are actually quite laughable. This I do agree. Now, the fascinating thing, and something that I would like to bring up for the purposes of this video, and I'm going to try to remain as neutral as possible, okay, but the thing that I find fascinating is, if you look this movie up on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 4% rating, which is, I mean, pretty much dog shit by anybody's standards. A 4% rating on Rotten Tomatoes means this is like the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst direct-to-video piece of shit, god-awful fucking movies that, you know, you shouldn't even bother watching because it's going to shrink your IQ. And here's the interesting thing. The audience score, at least last I checked, was at an 81%. Now that's a hell of a differential, okay? Granted, this movie was geared towards a particular audience in a particular, you know, political group. Now, me having watched the movie, I would give it probably like a C-, primarily because of the kind of corniness of the way that, you know, the production value went. But in terms of like actual historical fact, it's just as much, arguably more accurate than a Michael Moore documentary. Okay, there are certain things that are very obviously skewed, but not many. There are a lot of historical facts that are presented in this movie that are accurate, but not popular in today's society. And again, trying to stay middle of the road here, but it's a fascinating kind of different way of looking at things if you are open-minded enough to do so. And it's kind of astounding what you'll learn, you know, and there's a lot of stuff in this documentary that if you go online, if you use your iPhone and you research it, there is fact behind it. A lot of fact. And it's actually, I mean, really, in my opinion, quite important. And that's why I would give it a C-. If this documentary were total bullshit, or if it had, no substance whatsoever, like, I would be like, this is a piece of shit, because again, it's it's really corny, like, you know, it's really like played up with like the drama and stuff, and you know, not to mention the fact that it is skewed towards the right. It is. There are many, just to give you an example, I don't remember specifically the names of the people in question, but there was this one, you know, Republican representative who was speaking up, I believe about, like, you know, the slaves or whatnot, you know, and how they should all be freed and stuff like that. And in the documentary, there is a Democratic guy who comes up with his cane and brutally bludgeons this fucking dude in the head and almost kills him and stuff. And that did really happen. But the thing that Dinesh left out is the fact that this guy also directly offended said person's wife. So, did he deserve to have his head bashed in with a cane? No, probably not. But he definitely deserved an ass kicking. But, again, you know, and from an objective perspective, you watch a Michael Moore documentary, there are similar, like, sort of skewed facts. It's difficult for me to review this movie without getting political, but here's the deal. I'm an independent. There it is, okay? And it's like far right and far left, I can see bullshit on both sides. And the fact of the fucking matter is that where Michael Moore can bullshit something and come out with an award-winning, critically acclaimed film, somebody like Dinesh D'Souza can do an equally, you know, kind of skewed film and get a 4% rating on Rotten Tomatoes for it. And I think that says something. There is a definite bias, to me, it seems, in areas where there really shouldn't be. And this is kind of partially why I'm doing this review right now. There's a lot of shit going on in this world that is just really kind of fucking scary, to be honest. And it's like, I feel that a lot of people are just really sort of blindsidedly just like pushing forward, and it's way more destructive to them. It's a really destructive way of looking at things. And I think that this movie, again, and watch it and enjoy it. You know what? Have a couple drinks and laugh at how corny it can be, you know? But it does offer sort of a different perspective. It offers you a different way of looking at things. And if you research some of it, you'll find out that some of it's actually true. And you'll kind of maybe question why it has a 4% rating. This is about as political as I'm ever going to get on this channel, because that's not what this channel is meant for. It's meant to be movie reviews. But for me to review this movie, which honestly I feel was unfairly shat upon, I just think it's important. I think that it's important for people to understand that there are different perspectives, and to, even if you disagree with them, talk it out. Use the freedom of speech that you have. You know, not everybody's going to agree with you at the end of the day. Not everybody's going to like you at the end of the day. And you just got to kind of roll with the flow. I think that we as a people need to like get back into the swing of that, honestly. But anyways, I'd say a C- for this movie. Definitely not a 4%.